Arna back from Planet Coaster, and today I finally get to build something because for you it's probably been a few days, but for me it's been like a week and a half since I've gotten to do anything. Anyways, oh yeah, that's right. I remember this. I was actually really pissed whenever I found out that these were all floating. All of these that I placed were floating, and I'm pretty sure I had aligned the surface on whenever I did that. So I'm gonna have to come in probably off camera because who the fuck cares really? Watching me rearrange tiki torches. I'll come in and do that at some point. You know, probably never. But what I'd like to do today is we'll do some terraforming over here because I've actually been thinking about this for a while. I just haven't been able to do it, and I don't remember what I said last time. So you have to give me some leadway because it's been a while. If I repeat the same thing, I'm sorry. We will be finishing that eventually. Don't worry. I just want to take a little tiny break from building houses because I'm getting kind of sick of that. And I want to go over here and terraform this. Now, I was thinking, you know, this will go back slightly. But we'll have something extra come through here. And on this little edge, I guess we'll call it, in the middle of the heart, we'll have it come up, rise up, and go across. I believe I did say this before, and it's open underneath. But I want to put like a lighthouse tower there. Why would I need a lighthouse in this? I don't know. Just let me put it in there. I have no idea. But I figured it would give me practice in making a good sized tower for whenever we go over here and make our final thing. Now what I was going to do also is build a higher up wall, possibly at this height, even whenever it's on flat ground. And just use that as like my barrier to cut off the edge of the park in certain spots and build up like a hill. I remember talking about this now. I think I'm just retreading the same steps that I've talked about. Anyways, let's just terraform things. Do I need to move any of this stuff? Most of this stuff is things I've already used. Just for the sake of convenience, we will get rid of them because if I get them stuck underground, you know they ain't getting out of there because I'm a lazy bastard. Let's get all this out of here. So, bear with me as I don't remember what the hell I'm doing. Maybe I should flatten this foundation? Because I'm wondering, well see, I'm kind of scared I'm going to mess that up. But let's raise this up. We'll do that. Turn the size of that. We'll raise it up. At least on the edge so we don't lose the shape. And we'll mold that once we get the height we want. Let's see, if I was to just drag this over now. Okay. Oh. I'm dumb, I'm sorry. I wanted to do this. And just connect that up. Good. So now I can lower the size so I can just get this. Oops, so I can get this all taken away. Eventually, hopefully. Oh boy. Gonna do some pushing and pulling. It's gonna take a while. Just to push it down enough so I can flatten it. Do that, and then take that away. Nah, good enough. Like I said, we're gonna mold that. So I want it to be floating off the ground, actually. Not like that. A little more nicer than what I've made. I gotta stop making shapes like that in this game. It's just not healthy. Can push that down. Finally. Because we don't really need it to be too crazy. A little bit hanging over is fine. There has to be some sort of tool here that I haven't used yet that roughens up the edges of this. So it looks a little more natural, you know what I mean? No. It's literally a roughing tool. I'm fucking stupid. I never noticed that. I apologize. There we go, man. I could have used this everywhere else. We'll do that eventually. Well, let's finish doing this. Because if I hold this here, is it just going to go to the ground eventually? No, it kind of doesn't. Alright, well, we'll just pull this up then. So we gotta make it look somewhat believable. At least on the outside. Because we do want to put a ride in here. That is the plan. Some sort of log flume ride, I believe it's called. That'll go in and out throughout this little area, and through here maybe cut around the ship or something as like a attraction. We might have it go close to this so people actually get to see, you know. What if it went through the cave? There's so much I'd have to probably move now. If I would have designed it around that, it'd have probably worked. But since it isn't, I might be able to drag it back here into like this makeshift campsite I want to make. This is like a little extra thing you'd see in the back. And then maybe you'll see something in here if I can change it. Yeah, we can do that. That's fine. So if I was to get rid of some of this, would I do it this way? That might work. Well, no, I want to turn the intensity down. I could chisel that away. So it's more like an arch, which you can walk under. I mean, obviously, this is gonna be changed a lot, but we're just gonna try to get the general shape done today. Because I want to see how high. I can definitely get that up pretty high, and I want it to be thin. I'm just trying to be careful of how I'm doing this, because people are going to be walking under this. We have to mold it, you know, so it's not so terrible looking. Can I just say it feels fucking great to be able to sit here and just do this and not have to lay in bed all day? I got so tired of that. Tired of being tired. It's probably irrelevant saying that now, but still. I'm just happy. I could have that come down slightly. Maybe a little bit of a crazy staircase to go up into that as well. And you know what? I might add some little houses, some different little houses onto the side up here, maybe. Still up in the air about that. So how far back do I want this to go? I should probably figure that out before I do this, because that's just like an extra thing. Let's see. Something like this, and then it just sticks out like that. Because I'm trying to cut away some area here that I don't have to build on, because look how much detail I have in this, and if I keep doing it at that scale, plus all this I have to build, we're not going to be able to finish the park. My game will just kill itself. So unlike City Skylines, I do want to fucking finish this all in one thing, and I will be starting that soon. Because since this is in the future, past me should have, and I better, buy some fucking City Skylines DLC during that Steam sale that was on like probably 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, whenever this comes out. Yeah, I don't like how that looks. But I will just finish this shape off. And I can roughen that up, so it's not too bad. How far back do I want this to go, though? See, it's hard to tell because of that ride we're going to be doing, so we might just hold off on that. These are minor details nobody's going to see anyways, but since I can see it, I'd like to, you know, at least try to get it done. Put some little bit of care into it. How does that look? There's got to be something different going on there, I think. Because there's not going to be much here. There's going to be the ride. It might be a little tiny, sparsely placed houses. different like hut houses with hay bales. I don't, you know what I'm talking about. The hay roofs, you know, you've seen them before. And then I want a forest area in here. And then we'll probably be done, because I gotta build the Coliseum over here, and we're gonna bump out some hills, so it's a lot closer. This will be tight in here with the wall going across. We gotta build a wall, gotta keep them out, you know. It's been the saying in this country for a while. We're enforcing it here. I probably just pissed off so many people with that. By so many, I mean like the 2 people who actually sit here and watch this. Should I add on to this now? And ooh, that's not going to be on the grid, is it? That will be. No, it won't. Uh-oh. Why is that off? That's weird. I thought I put that on like a normal height. Oh well. Yeah, that's where I wanted it. So if that goes back... See, the problem with this thing, though, is it can't really be that curved. I just realized, because you can't curve these. I could angle it. Oh, you see, well, actually, no, you can't do that, so that's not even going to work. Maybe it doesn't have to be, like, as uniform as this. It could be just be, like, a walkway. Something's happening outside, I don't know. I'm going to ignore it. It could just be, like, a walkway into the tower. Because maybe the tower can be separate from this creation. I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. Are we going to be adding the detail to the back, even though I just said I like to put detail everywhere? I don't know. Depends if you can see it from the ride, which you probably will be able to. Unless I put like some extra little thing that blocks that off. But we'll see. That's a bunch of planning that I gotta figure out. Oh, I should put a little tiny community of the houses up here instead of adding houses that are like that. And I should have it to where people can get up here. Go up here as a ride. And in the tower, hold on, I just got an idea. As I was gonna save this for the castle. But if I could put it here, it gives me a reason to build this stuff rather than just building it. It is this. Imagine if I put that in the ground, right? If it went underground somehow, because the tower is not going to be that tall. Or was it this one? Well, we'll see. Well, maybe because color-wise, we can do this. Probably change it as well. If I could just sink that underground, which I probably can't now that I think about it. I'd have to... That'd be tough. That'd be really difficult to do. Shit. I want to do it, though. I didn't realize there was a smaller Ferris wheel. What if I could use that in the back somewhere? Nah. Ooh, what if that was in the Coliseum? Well, okay, stop getting ahead of yourself. Because I don't think that idea is going to work. As nice as that sounds for me to do that, the amount of work that would go in would be ridiculous. And the whole point of the ride is for you to see things, so there would be like walls around it, so you couldn't really see outside until you got to the very top. It kind of defeats the purpose. There are a couple water-themed rides, but I don't know if they really fit in too much with what we're doing here. I mean, I really don't want to have to put more of that. I'm trying to limit that because that got a little crazy. I'm trying to see any like interesting little rides we can put here. I don't know what the fuck that is. Because I kind of want this bumper car thing. That is bumper cars, right? Bump and Derby. I want that in the Coliseum. For in some way, I'm gonna fit that in. Don't you worry. If I have to elevate it so people can like see into it, I'm gonna do it. Even if it's in a corner somewhere with a shop next to it. What is this? Nah. No. I feel like there's more rides that I'm not aware of. I mean, I know there's the coaster rides and everything. And track rides. But it just seems weird, like these are all the rides that you get in a coaster game. You think there'd be a little more to choose from. Just placing this down kind of gives me a somewhat of an idea of what's going to happen here. Because I might start it right here. And then it goes down, see, like right where that's sticking out at, in the corner next to the rock, like right here. And it goes around the ship. It maybe cuts around here somehow before going back up towards at the end. Of course, we'll have other things. It might cut through here, which might be similar to that. Maybe. Maybe. It's a lot of... Well, it'll be on a much smaller scale, though, because that's a lot of detail to put in. And my game is not happy with that. What is this? It's a little more elevated. I don't think I like that. But, you know, since I can make my own, I'd like to at least place it. I could make makeshift waterfalls on here as well. Okay, well, I wanted to start this way. But I want... Well, we're not building yet. Relax. But I want this flipped over here. Unless... let's see. Entry left. What do we have now? Entry left, exit left. Right. Okay, there we go. Do that. Good. And leave that there for now. As an idea. So it'd be pretty cool if you could just get up there at the end, or if you go through. Yeah. I know I'm kind of jumping around all over the place. I'm excited to play this. I can't help it. I gotta get rid of this. Yeah, definitely little shack huts here. I don't feel like building that right now. But what I might do is focus on one. Move the grid height. Or was it the size? Whatever. I think it was a size. I mean, of course, see, now it fits in there perfectly whenever I wasn't doing that before. Maybe cut it across here. So it's kind of walled in, but it's its own little town up here. There's probably an extra ride I could stick up here that'll fit in somewhere somehow. Nope. Just gonna go for the shell of what we're doing. Yeah, that way you enter up here or up here somehow, and then it just works like that. Perfectly okay with that. We're gonna have one giant ass piece of building pretty much spanning all the way around this map. It actually might just cut. It's gotta go back a bit. Probably to the end of here. I keep doing that. It's so frustrating. Yeah, probably to here. Because that's the inside wall, right? Yeah, and then we're going to cut it over here. So we have this huge-ass wall to design and decorate and add, you know, pieces of mountain in, so I don't have to it's just not one giant wall. It cuts across the back. But I don't want it to just be mountain. I figured that would be boring if it would be mountain. Because the whole point is like a walled-in city with castles in it. So you want it to literally be walled in at the back. And also so it kind of draws your eye to the stuff that's in the park as well, because you'd be staring straight back at the wall and be like, what else is here? There's no nature to look at in the background. God damn it. Whatever. If that stay, if I keep doing that, I'm just gonna let it sit there until I come back through. Because I might do that similar to how I did the very beginning of the park, where it was like there's a bit here and then down below there's a layer that pops out 1 or 2 wide and goes down to the ground, just so there's some depth to it. I'm just getting the basic shit. This is gonna take forever to build this across, by the way. But I figured it's easier for me, I don't know how it is for other people, for me to close myself in on an area and be like, this is how much you have to work with, make it work, rather than doing that at the end. I don't know. Every time I do that, it just makes me more and more annoyed. There's like the slightest, ever so slightest delay from clicking the placing, and I always move right after I click. Okay, I'd say to back here is fine, because we'll bring out a piece of mountain that cuts through the end over there once I get rid of these two, which I might just terraform now. So I'm kind of using this as a base, so maybe getting rid of like those, because it's really easy to place those back in, so it's no big deal. Yeah, see, that's the type of scale I wanted, because it gives the height to that wall, and it makes it look like you really are in here. Especially because you'll see that in the background. You have like the big castle, and then you have the big wall. I just think this is a great area to stand in the park, really, because you kind of see a little bit of everything. You're teased with most things, because you're like, what's that over there? Oh, I thought, can you see the witch's thing? No. But you see trees up there, and it's like, why are there trees up there? And I felt like keeping this the way it is. I just like the way it looked. Every now and again I'm going to do that. Speeds up the process. Still making my own houses based off what, you know, other things are. We're still working on that. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Buff this out now. Needs to be bigger. I'm going to try to do this in a way it's not too crazy. We're gonna build it up and then do it that way. It'll take too long if I don't do that. I always build it up higher than it needs to be, because I could just flatten it. Let's get a height idea. Yeah, I really feel like this should be high up. Again, I'm trying to cut off like a chunk of the map here. Oh, they're almost the same height. That's not bad. Because that's got to come out a decent amount. I think it's got to stick out here, because I could put something in here. I also have to design the back of this wall ever so slightly. Get rid of those shops, because they're never going to go there. That was a high idea. That's just not going to work out. Do I want to put a wall? Maybe. I could have it to where like you basically see this wall cutting across, and then there's the terrain over there, possibly. It could go in there. Yeah. Because designing that, I know it doesn't look that much, but just the time it's going to take to design that will be at least a full episode of literally just placing shit down. That will be put on an album, speed it up for me, because doing that in real time would not be fun. I'm just making the shape, don't worry. It's not going to look this bad. You know, I do like that that kind of dips down there. We'll probably have that. Maybe this height. Again, I can mold this however I want, really. It's no big deal. And then this gotta probably come out like to here. And go over here. Because that Coliseum's going to be a decent size, but it's still got to be pushed in a bit. Something like that. Yeah, I could deal with that. There's enough space there. Maybe we'll take a tiny bit more off. There we go. I want to kind of cut this close here too as well, because this will be the start of the forest. I want it to be like a little entrance. You know, the forest section starts here, goes along the wall, and then it transforms back into this tropical little section once you get through the arch. Yeah, that's gonna work out just fine. There's a lot of fine-tuning I have to do with the shape of everything, but as long as I can get the skeleton down, I'm not too worried about how this is gonna turn out. Chisel. Oh. I guess that would be how I'd burrow underground. Should've been doing that just the whole time. Look at that. Alright, push that down. Actually gotta be pretty low. This is gonna be ridiculous height. Oh, that's ugly. Let's pull that out. So the shape of that for now is fine until I come back to it and fine-tune it in the future whenever we actually get over to that type of area. But let me just put this into the wall. Into the wall. Into the rock. And let's see. I could put a little tower here on the inside. Yeah, I could definitely change this up so it has some. Maybe put a tower or two in between. Similar to how I did that, but not as crazy. A little more skinnier. Maybe something like those. Whoops. Those sizes in there just to give it some height and more depth than it just being a normal wall. I want it to be something you can look at, not just like, hey, it's there. And I was thinking, just for randomness, I could put a little tiny bit of a wall here. So like if I got rid of that, oh geez, how do I do that again? I can't remember. If I do this, click on that. No, if I do this, click on this, click on that, delete that. There we go. Let's see. Can I build a wall there, or can I just copy and paste a bit of the wall? Because I'm about to do that. See how that goes. And just delete whatever I'm not going to use. Can't believe how well that worked out. Okay. I'll get rid of this stuff. Don't need that. Trying to think if there's anything else that got stuck in there. What is that? Get that out of here. Get that out of here. Anything else? Oh, there's some underground stuff. So I'm trying to copy and paste that over into here. Who'd have thought I'd be coming back to this place? Why did it do all that? No, just do this. Whatever. I literally am not bothered if it duplicates one or two things here, because I can just delete one of them. Oh, Control Z that. And you know what, we'll leave that little bit in there just because if I ever move any of it back, it'll be in there. So we have that, and then we just have to design that up with, oh man, I should have rotated it. Can I do that? Can I do that real quick? No, not that. Did I select that? No, I didn't. Can I move it? Oh yeah, look at that. There we go. Problem solved. Because, you know, no one's going to see the back of that. Saves me space on my memory to not add in those little pieces. I still have to finish it, but It's much better than what it was. And we'll probably make some sort of entrance there as well. Sorry about that, I had to sneeze. Want a nice walkway to come out towards our Coliseum. That'll be here. So there's two ways to get it, from here and from here. So there's actually a reason to come out to this thing that I made. Is there windows on that? Oh, I didn't put the windows on that side. Oh, that's gonna be a pain in the ass to set up. I can't wait to do that. That'll be fun. So I hope you enjoyed this random episode of me jumping around doing a bunch of dumb shit that isn't that important to the park. But what I'm going to be time-lapsing here is I don't really know. I might start on this and maybe terraform some of this stuff just to get the general shape going, because that's see, the thing is, like, this section and this wall and this other mountainous terrain, that's not really something I could talk over. I mean, I could, but it'd be fucking boring as hell. So if I figured if I can just condense that into a couple, 2 or 3 time lapses as we go along here, should be okay. But definitely next episode, I say we start on maybe building the ride and adding in a little village here, if we can do that. Pretty much designing up the top of this. And I like that you'll be able to see a lot of this stuff from up here, which is the plan all along. And there's still little bits of areas through here that I have to sweep back in and design up. But with that, I'm done for today, at least for the talking part. And I will see you next time.